Hi guys. Hi guys. So welcome to the what was it? Fourth video. So welcome to the fourth video. Today we are continuing the discussions on financial statements, and right now I'll be discussing what the profit and loss, or to be precise, the statement of profit and loss is. Right. So let's quickly get started, and I hope the balance sheet format is now clear, and now we can discuss the profit and loss account. Let me share my screen. Okay, so let's move ahead into the statement of profit and loss account. Okay, am I visible? I hope I'm visible. No, I'm not. Yes, now I am visible. Okay, so let's get started with the profit and loss account. It's much simpler than a balance sheet, so don't really worry. But we are going to follow the same pattern that we did and break them down into a smaller parts, smaller parts, and then build up on specific items. Let's go. So first level of profit and loss account, I've shortened the statement of profit and loss account into SPL. Okay. So very simply, what profit and loss account is total revenue minus expense is equal to profit before tax. Then you pay the tax and you get profit for the period. You divide this profit by the number of shares and you get EPS. So this is the very simplest possible thing of how profit and loss account works. Okay, revenue minus expense equal to profit, profit minus tax equal to profit after tax. So this part. So if I annotate this one, so this is called earning before EBT, and this thing is called profit after tax. So these are two important terms that you will be hearing all the time. So sometimes it's called EBIT. So if it's called EBIT, it's called earning before interest and tax. So in that case, you will just uh, calculate before interest. Okay, so that creates a financial leverage and stuff. So let's not go into that part. Let's delete all these things. So I suppose that this part is really clear to you guys. Very simple. Now let's go into the next level. So in the next level, what I have just done is basically added these two things: exceptional items and extraordinary items. Now these words are very, very close to each other and you're bound to be confused. Okay, I am still confused about what each of these are. So don't worry, we'll figure it out. So two things: exceptional and extraordinary. I've colored that in different colors. So exceptional items are those items which are those revenue or cost items which are significant in nature. Very important. Significant in nature. If it's not significant in nature, then it's not relevant to show it separately. The entire purpose of showing exceptional items and extraordinary items is that if I compare my profit and loss account this year versus my earlier year, if there are major changes in the profit, I as a investor I should know why is that so. Is it because that my expenses during the year was very high, or my revenue was too low, or is it because of some exceptional item that should not have happened and happened? Okay, so exceptional and extraordinary item. So exceptional item are those items which are within the ordinary business of the company, but they occur very rarely. Okay, that is called exceptional item. Extraordinary items are those items which are not common occurrences in the business. For example, I have a garment store and there is a fire in the store and all my saris or something, they get burned. So in that case, that loss that happens due to earthquake or fire or something, that is called extraordinary item. Okay, and exceptional items have been deleted from the like format going forward, but I hope you get the point. So any exceptional items are those items which are irregular occurring items, which are basically within the purview of your ordinary business but are irregular. Got it? Now let's go back to my balance sheet for profit and loss format. Now I've added here two things. So everything else is the same. I've just elaborated two things. One is tax expenses. I think I missed about EPS. This should be EPS, basic and diluted. Okay. So tax expenses. Tax expenses. What are tax expenses? This could be current tax and deferred tax. So current tax is my tax for the current year, and deferred tax are those taxes which have been deferred to a different year. Okay. So I don't want to get into deferred tax right now because deferred tax, as I mentioned in the balance sheet also, this is a separate item that I want to cover in a separate entire video. Got it? So current tax and deferred tax. Now EPS is basically profit loss for the period divided by the number of shares. So the company is earning, let's say 10 lakhs profit, and I have 500 shareholders. So the shareholder wants to know that, okay, if your company has earned 10 lakh rupees, but how much have I earned from that share? For one share, how much do I earn? So for that, we have given basic and diluted EPS. So don't worry about what basic EPS is and diluted EPS is. That not required right now. Okay. So I hope everything up to here is clear. Now, once this is clear, I want to go deeper into total revenue, expenses, and profit and loss account to give you a clear picture of these things. Okay. Everything is clear, I hope. Now, let's start with the profit and loss account. So if you go deeper into profit and loss account, so profit zoomed in. So as I have shown you, the profit before taxes, then tax expenses. This gives you the profit and loss from continuing operations. So any business that I'm continuing to operate, those are continuing operations. So any going concern businesses. So going concern is basically like any business that I want to continue going forward. Those are continuing businesses. And any businesses that are being discontinued, profit from those items minus taxes or profit from, after tax. So it's the same thing, that it's just discontinued operation and continued operations have been separated. That's the entire thing. And then if you add the profit and loss from continuing and discontinuing business, you get to this one. So for example, I have a very loss making. So for example, Saregamapa has a loss making business of um, publications. And let's say as a management, I've decided that we are closing it down. So that would be a discontinuing business, and any kind of loss that you're sustaining from that business, you just, this is basically for presentation to the shareholders that look, these are the businesses that I'm continuing to operate, and from here I have profit, but whatever loss I'm getting is from my discontinuing business. So it just gives the shareholder that extra thing that, okay, from the continuing business you're earning sufficiently, right? Now, as the profit and loss account is done, I'll go into my revenue. So revenue is very simple. Revenue from operations and other income is equal to total revenue. So revenue from operations are basically the common revenue from operations. So your operations could be your sales. So if you are a company that deals in trading and selling, so for them, any price money received from sales is revenue from operation. If you're from service industry, any revenue received from your customer, that is revenue from operations. Other income would be income other than those which are which are received from your um, non-ordinary course of business. Got it? So for example, rent, in like any capital gain income that is there, or any kind of a rental income that is there, your objective is not rental income. So if your rental income is there, interest on loan that you have given to someone, so any revenue you're getting from that, all those things are other income. Got it? Now let's come into the last part, expenses. So expenses comprises of cost of material consumed. So cost of material consumed includes any kind of raw material that you purchased. The cost price of that raw material you have to take. Purchase of stock in trade. So purchase of stock in trade is basically any material that you have purchased during the year. Okay. and then changes in inventory. Changes in inventory is basically closing stock minus opening stock. So these three things deal with inventory: cost of material, purchase of stock, and changes in inventory. Got it? Then comes employee benefit expenses. Employee benefit expenses could be salaries, could be other expenses for the employees. Those are employee benefit expenses. Finance cost. Finance cost is basically any cost incurred due to financing the company. For example, um, if I have taken a loan and I have to pay interest on that loan, that is my finance cost. Depreciation and amortization. Again, depreciation amortization, big topic, and I'll cover this part in a separate video. So depreciation amortization, basically it's like whatever my fixed assets are, those fixed assets slowly I have to charge out that fixed asset into my profit and loss account. So that is a way to do that, through depreciation and amortization. And then any other expenses that are there, you can put them in other expenses, and then in the schedule you can just give a schedule of the, okay, this much amount for the other expenses, and show that. So that's all my expenses. So let me just recap this thing. Sorry. So let me just recap. Expenses include what? Firstly, the um, changes in the cost of material consumed, purchase of stock and trade, changes in inventory, employee benefit expenses, finance cost, depreciation, amortization, other expenses. These include your total expenses. Got it? So just to reiterate and give you an entire thing, we figured out what total expenses are. Total expenses, total revenue is revenue from operations, and plus other income is equal to total revenue. So remember, because I'm doing this level 3 and stuff, you have to present everything that is there in the schedule. I'm just doing level 1, level 2, level 3 just to explain it progressively, so that you kind of get the logic behind it. So total revenue minus expenses, profit and loss account, profit before exceptional extraordinary items, then you minus the exceptional and you get this, then extraordinary tax, and so on. So I hope right now that balance sheet, profit and loss account, these two things are relatively clearer. So you can go through further like reference material to kind of figure out what that is. Okay, so let me try and see if I can share my screen and show you. Okay, so over here, share my screen. So right now you can see that this is the revenue from operations, operating income, total income, expenses, cost of manufacturing. So because it's in the manufacturing industry, it's cost of manufacturing, cost of production of films, and this change in revenue inventories. So as you can see, it's basically the same thing. Expense हो गया, then profit before tax, tax expenses, current tax, prior period, deferred tax, tax expenses, profit for the year, other. So this is basically, again, you'll get confused with this part. I'm not going into this part. That is the presentation as per your Ind AS. So that's why it's a little bit different. But whatever we study in this lecture is regarding the presentation as per division 1. So this is division 2, so that's why it's a little bit different. But because Saregama is a listed company, that's why that was a difference. So I hope you guys now understand what profit and loss account, balance sheet, and financial statements are. I'll try to make more videos around these things, and definitely I'll make a video on depreciation, amortization, impairment, and dividends and stuff. So please mention any video that you want me to make in the comments below, so that I can work on them and provide those videos to you guys as soon as possible. So thank you so much for watching. My name is Rohan Dev, and please subscribe.